Fellas, let's talk Vegas Vipers. What is good? My name is TheYoungestJim, bringing in a little Madden video, and I'm gonna hit a mini little recap, beginning of the season, end of last season, and a little team preview going into what MFL Season 9 and Season 2 of Madden 26. You can see on the screen, got my first dub of the season versus the Louisville Lancers. The kid's decent. My rookie kicker hit a banger, like 50-yarder, at the end of the game to take this clutch win. So, love that. I'm going to go just a quick recap of my team schedule. Lost to the Dire Wolves, game 1, tough game, good opponent. Lost to the Bulls, game 2, tough game, good opponent. I just need to play better to be able to beat top-tier guys like that. I was out of town for about a week and had some family in town. And so I was force lost Supersonics and Renegades. So as you can see, I'm starting 1-4 heading into the bye week, which is kind of tough. Nothing that we can't overcome. Very similar to how last season started. This season was a little bit of just some circumstances that we got to fight past. But that is just fine, fellas. We will lock in here. Got a decent schedule. There's a lot of comp in the league. It's going to be tough to for anybody to win. There's a lot of good kids on this in this league now. So that will be fun to fight through and see how we do. I think that we can make a playoff push. We just got to be locked. You can see some of the standings here. Showing you my team really briefly, and then I have a trade that I'm going to accept here momentarily. Let's look at the roster, fellas. Going into last season, I got cooked by Instagram football kids for trading away some of my veterans like Jordan Love, and I acquired J.J. McCarthy. Traded away other veterans and just decent talent to get younger guys, and so now you can see the core of my team. J.J. McCarthy, superstar, dev now, 23 years old, 90 overall, clutch. David Montgomery was solid for me last season, but I'm actually working on bumping up Dylan Sampson, 21 years old. I have a young backup as well, 21 years old, already 82 overall. He's going to be fantastic. So I'm working on getting his dev up. And then my absolute stud carrying my team, 22 years old, Luther Burden. They called me Jerry Jones when I traded for him. He was a hidden dev, 21-year-old last season. And now he's a superstar, 93 overall, 22 years old. My only issue with Luther Burden right now is I only have him for this season and next season on the contract. So he's going to be very expensive to sign when we get to that point. I locked up, on a positive note, J.J. McCarthy, Ricky Pearsall, and Keandre Lambert-Smith. I locked all those guys up for 5, 6, 7 seasons, somewhere in there. So I have them for the majority of the year, which is going to be fantastic because those guys as devs are just going to keep, their overall's just going to keep skyrocketing, 25 years old, 24 years old. I'll be able to use them basically through to when they hit regression, which will be fantastic. I'll just have to find a replacement for Luther Burden when we get there, but he's an absolute stud. Goddard's riding the bench. Like I say, likely 26-year-old, 82 overall. He's been very solid for me. I did not have, I think I traded away my first round draft picks. The computer, the CPU auto-drafted for me in this last draft. And I was very happy because they took several offensive linemen, and that's what I wanted. I had the offensive line was one of the weaker spots of my team, and so now I got a rookie left tackle, 23 years old, already 73 overall. Love that. Got young guards. Most of my line, as you can see, is in the 70s overall, which is fine. We're going to work on getting OL training bumped up and getting these guys back up. You can see my center is kind of cheeks, so I'm actually using my left guards. I think maybe Bergeron is my starting center on the depth chart. Another rookie right guard, 76 overall, Jaden Roberts. Love that for me, coach. 23 years old, fantastic. And then my right tackle, Darnell Wright, is only 25 years old. So I got a young line. That's exactly what I wanted. And my D line is once again another weaker spot on my team. You can see just traded Colonials this season for Rashawn Gary. So I have okay, very, very okay pass rush and D-line. On a positive note, Tyleek Williams, 23 years old. I just locked him up to like a 6-year deal or something like that. Walter Nolan, I think, only have for like 2 more seasons. But my defensive tackles are young studs, 84, 82 overall, 23 and 22 years old, which is fantastic. I could probably really use a stud edge rusher maybe in next season's draft, and I do have a standard set of draft picks for this upcoming season. So we will work on that. My linebackers, I don't play as a McDuffie. I play a lot of nickel. So Carson Schlesinger, he was a hidden dev last season, turned out to just be a star dev. But he's 23 years old, 79 overall, so he should keep skyrocketing quite a bit. Robert Spillane was very good for me last season. He's now 30 years old, and I've actually stopped using him because I traded for a safety. That's going to be a part of my team now. Corners are solid. Jamel Dean, 29 years old, he's starting to hit a little bit of regression as he's dropped to 85 overall. Also starting 0-4 this season, with the 2 forced losses, did not help. But I got Joey Porter, 26 years old, 83 overall. Marcus Jones, 27. And then I need to get these 2 guys bumped up, especially Jalen Jones, 24 years old, 77 overall. He's in my nickel sets. So I need to just keep focused on cornerback training is another one that I like, because some of the trainings like the OL training and the cornerback training, I feel like you get really good value out of using those trainings because you have several of those guys on your roster that can benefit from that bump in training that they get. Antoine Winfield Jr. was an X Factor last season, has lost his X Factor. Now a superstar dev, 28 years old. I just agreed to a trade with the Wizards. I'm sending him Antoine Winfield Jr. And a 5th, and he's sending me Dane Belton, 25 years old, 83 overall, and a 2nd. So let's accept that trade. Let's see if it goes through. Did go through. So he is 25 years old, 84 overall, just a star dev. So now I'll have Dane Belton, Tony Adams, and Javon Bullard. And I might actually move Tony Adams to be my nickel linebacker. I'll probably leave Dane Belton and Javon Bullard as my safeties. I feel like in this game sometimes when you move guys out of position, like especially if you move a corner to safety, they really struggle at some of their zone drops and some of their responsibilities. I feel like the game, sometimes I think it breaks the game. I was doing it on my Cowboys franchise in the other league, and I feel like there was just some blown coverages for absolutely no reason. So I'm going to leave Javon Bullard free, leave Dane Belton strong, and then I'm going to bring Tony Adams up to be one of my users down in the trenches a little bit. Another rookie kicker, Drew Stevens, absolutely banged in a 50-yarder for the dub to get the season rolling here. The game, since he was such a low overall, the game was having my punter be the kicker, and I had been gone so long, I forgot to switch him, and he just couldn't even make an extra point. It was frustrating. So yeah, happy with the CPU. Got a 23-year-old kicker. I'm going to be able to make him a stud. And then I got some young offensive linemen, which is fantastic. Draft picks, you can see, I have a very standard set of picks. Do not have a 3rd, but I do have 2 seconds. So it's going to be fantastic to get some of the young cats in here to keep the squad rolling as we head into next season. You can kind of see the overall of the squad. Some really good young cats on here. J.J. McCarthy, Luther Burden, the heart and soul of my team right now. Like I said, only thing I'm worried about is re-signing Luther Burden in a couple years is going to be difficult. So we will see when we get to that point. I mean, he's going to be, in 2 seasons, I'll probably have him a 99 overall. J.J. McCarthy is going to be very close to a 99 overall as well. I do hope I need to get J.J. McCarthy X Factor, and I want to get some of the best QB abilities in the game I want to get for him, and that's going to make me a little bit more dangerous than I already am. Lock in on the defense. I definitely need either a stud pass rusher or a stud corner. I am glad that I locked up a little bit of a younger safety. Antoine Winfield was awesome, but through this first season, a couple games, I did not feel like he was doing anything special that warranted me to keep him through he was going to start hitting regression. So I'm glad I got a younger safety, even though we dropped some overall and lost a dev, but I also got a 2nd, which will help strengthen this team, over the life of the franchise. So Definitely need some help on the defense. Defense is a weaker part of my game, so I'll probably focus on that a little bit in the draft. I'm happy that I have young O-linemen, even though they're not, they're not killers on the O-line, but I can make up for that with my, quick reads and just trying to get the ball out quick, which I can do most of the time, and try to, um, keep myself from that O-line being a handicap for me, which is a strategy that I did on purpose. We get J.J. McCarthy up here. We're going to be dicing, absolutely dishing and dicing. And then Dylan Sampson, once I get him built up, he will be a very valuable trade asset because I don't think I'm going to keep him through his rookie deal, most likely just because of the way that I play. But we'll see how that goes. I'm definitely going to need to replace Isaiah Likely soon, but I'm pretty happy with the core of my team, especially on the offense. I'm going to be able to have most of those guys through the remainder of this year, which is exactly what I wanted to do. Hopefully we don't get relegated. Acknowledge that trade. So I got to lock in, fellas, because we are 1-4, which is unfortunate. But I'm not going to say that I'm stressed about it. I know that I'm a decent baller in this league, and I can hang with the best of them when I'm playing good ball. I've done it, and I'm excited to see where this league takes us, fellas. So appreciate you guys. We'll catch you in the next one.